Welcome to your Hunter Moon general reading. The full moon in Aries, the Hunter Moon. It happens tonight, October 20th, 2021. Let's get started and see what messages we have for the collective when it comes to this full moon energy that will be with us, tonight, but will certainly last and has been sort of building for the last couple of days, but will last with us for a couple of days as well. So you may already be feeling the restless stirring of this full moon, calling you to action. Something just flew on the floor, calling you to action and inspired action. Something that it really speaks to you, feels like it's coming alive, burning all of those blocks that you might be feeling, but maybe creating new blocks because of things that need to be healed before you can move forward. Let's have a look here. Okay, the end of a tough cycle approaches, which also aligns with the fact that I believe there are 4 planets that are no longer in retrograde. I remember Mercury, Pluto, there were 2 other planets that are no longer retrograde. So it's true, a tough cycle is sort of coming to the end here. The end of a tough cycle approaches. We are going to start to feel those planets moving direct. So there will feel like there are less obstacles. There will feel like things can move more smoothly again. You're very close to achieving your goal. So yeah, look at these 2 beautiful full, well, this is a gibbous moon, but this beautiful full moon in Capricorn. So, we've got these 2 messages here that will guide the reading and seem to really align with the idea. And we've got this full moon in Virgo on the bottom of the deck. You are good enough. So I feel like that is going to be the theme because it's been that kind of energy. As we shift, as we realign our priorities, as we redirect our energy, there is this feeling of apprehension. There is this feeling of, am I good enough? Am I going to be able to put together my vision into the physical world? Will I be able to shift and move into a new direction? I feel like this is going to be relevant for the collective. And let's see what energy can come in to support you right now. What are some of the major themes that need healing, that need your support and attention right now for those watching? Oh, 2 cards on the floor. Those, my ear is ringing. Let's see here. Okay, let me just grab the ones that fell on the ground. Okay, so right away we see compassion. Okay, so this is going to be a time where I feel like you're going to need to extend that compassion to yourself. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment. Also, by standing by yourself without judgment, and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. Yes, this is not just compassion that we extend, I feel, just to others, though. I feel like this is a message of you needing to sort of extend that compassion to yourself with this "you are good enough" message as well as extending that compassion outwardly. This is a time where we certainly need to be compassionate towards all our brothers and sisters, even if we don't see eye to eye on certain things, to be compassionate towards one another, to extend that, holding space without judgment, without needing to even understand, but to just be compassionate because we are all essentially the same. And so when we extend compassion from a place of unconditional love, we don't actually have to agree with one another. We don't have to see eye to eye. We can just be compassionate because we are a collective. We are the collective of humanity. So to extend compassion to one another is going to really shift the dynamic, which is your next card, number 23 here. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us put together a reality that is made up of different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and joy. That really makes me feel that it doesn't matter if we see eye to eye. We can still be compassionate to one another. You know, it doesn't matter if we understand each other or if we're coming from the same perspective. We can still have that immense compassion and work with it so that frequency can create harmony between layers that are different, right? But essentially the same, just different expressions. Now we see 20 here. Number 20 is discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's exactly the idea of what I'm saying here, is that we can be detached from judgment. We can approach a situation with compassion and unconditional love from a place of wisdom and discernment, to understand that truly our ability to view the world and the people around us it's a choice. It's a choice of how you wish to proceed with that. Will you choose compassion with a dynamic discernment so that you're able to do so without judgment? Will you do that? Will you be conscious of the choice? We've got Gaia on the bottom of the deck, number 28. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to the Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us as well. So there you go. We are all cut from the same cloth. We are all the consciousness of Gaia. And so for us to be at odds with one another because we don't see eye to eye makes very little sense from a spiritual perspective, because we are all one. We are all unique expressions of this same energy. Beautiful start to the reading. Wow. Okay, let's jump into the tarot cards to see what messages we can receive with respect to the journey. The journey to get to this place where we can look at one another and really appreciate that, you know, we are all connected, and that we are not only connected to one another, but we are connected to the earth in a very deep and profound way. We are the consciousness of this planet. Now let's see, what messages do we have from the tarot cards for the collective watching with respect to the full moon in Aries happening tonight. Lovers, Gemini energy, choice, vulnerability. What will you choose going forward? What is the harmonious, balanced choice for yourself, even if it makes you vulnerable, even if you're sitting here just being yourself, completely open, right? Completely open and expressing yourself. Will you feel enough? Will you allow yourself to get very close to achieving your goal through vulnerability and expression of the self, open expression of the self? It will be a question of whether or not you see yourself as enough. Four of Pentacles. That will be your challenge. The challenge will be, do you truly believe you are good enough or not? Do you truly believe you are connected or not? Do you truly believe you are worthy or not? Are you extending compassion to yourself or not? Right? These are the questions. Yeah, top of mind for you right now will be balance. We'll be keeping things in balance, but there's almost a feeling here where you're wondering about self-sacrifice and boundaries and giving and receiving in balance with harmony and equality, in a sense that, again, we are all connected, but do we express that connection in a way that is sacrifice, or are we withholding? What is the expression of that energy? And that seems to be top of mind here, using that discernment. Are we in judgment or are we in free flow? Right? Very interesting. Yeah, and the thing sort of driving this is this Page of Rods, which is very fiery energy. You know, this is the expression of a new stirring inspiration within you, but it's being held back. It's being held back by whatever your I am messages are. If you're saying, you know, I'm not enough. Or if you're saying, I can't. Or if you're saying, I don't belong, I can't see, I don't understand. These are almost spells that you're casting on yourself to limit it's almost a limiting spell that you're casting, when really the energy is there, and it's there for you. Again, we are all connected. So I'm almost getting this feeling of, like, you know, when you look around at other people and you think, if only, oh, if only I had that ability or skill. We all have the same, connection to energy. So if you see something in someone, rather than feeling envious or jealous or judgmental, why not feel inspired? If something speaks to you, grab it. If there's a desire you have, take it. Go for it. Run with it. Yes, allow the life pattern to be disrupted. It's very interesting. We are driving. We are in control of the choices we make. We might not be in control of the external world and the perceptions of others. However, we are in control of whether or not we want to shake up the daily pattern to introduce a new energy or not. That is completely up to us, and really not up to anyone else. The only person who can impact your choices is you. So this is sort of an empowering message of allowing this rough cycle to end, allowing yourself to achieve your goal, allowing yourself to know down to your core that you are enough, and to give yourself and others that compassion, so that we can really sense the connection that is the truth. Yeah, there's a part of you here wondering about the intentions, motives of yourself and the intentions and motives of others. It's very much top of mind, and authenticity is playing a big part in this. These are the questions we are asking ourselves. Am I on the right path? Am I living the life I was supposed to live? Am I on the right path? And the answer is yes. We're always on the right path, because our jobs here are just to experience, learn, and evolve, and then let it go and repeat. And so you're always on the right path. You're always on the right path because it's always leading to learning, if you allow it to lead you to learning. Do you know what I mean? Even situations that seem very rough, even situations that seem very rough and tough and difficult and full of challenges, they are creating a new foundation. They are, and sometimes it's only rough and tough because we resist it. And we say, no, I'm in control. No, I'm in charge. And it's sort of like you're in charge of your choices, and whether or not you're going to participate, whether or not you're going to resist or go with the flow, whether or not you're going to be compassionate, whether or not you're going to trust, whether or not you're going to judge, whether or not you're going to feel connected or isolated. These are the energies that are moving through us right now. It's very, very interesting time. Yes, there is a feeling of disconnection here, Queen of Cups in reverse, where you could be denying your own intuitive responses and feelings about a situation. You could be feeling very much intuitively that you need to be moving here, and yet stopping yourself, maybe because you don't feel enough, maybe because you don't think you deserve it, maybe because you're judging the circumstances that you're in now. It's a very interesting time to be looking at motivation and action. And inaction. What keeps us in inaction? Is it the fear of the unfamiliar? 8 of Cups in reverse. Are we afraid of what lies beyond our comfort zone? Or are we intimidated by our own sense of our intuition and our intuitive instincts that are guiding us? What is creating the block for you? This will be something to reflect on this evening. Are we able to get distance from those self-limiting beliefs? Six of Swords in reverse. Or are we clinging to them because they're familiar and comfortable? Are you ready to surrender that heavy cloak that you're wearing that says, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I can't do that, I don't know how? These are all spells we're casting, my friends. Yes, is your cup open or closed? Are you ready to transform? Are you wanting to transform? Are you willing to transform? Do you know how close you are to achieving your goal? Or do you feel leagues away from your goal right now because things feel difficult? And my friends, as I'm speaking to you, trust me that I am feeling these energies as well. Fool in reverse. Yeah, there is a fear to take a leap of faith. There's a lot of information right now designed to keep you afraid, my friends. There is so much information circulating that is completely and 100% designed to keep you feeling fear. Now, if you're in fear mode, you're in fight or flight mode. And if you're in fight or flight mode, all you're thinking about is your basic needs. You're just thinking, am I safe? Am I protected? Do I have enough? And I feel like you're coming up with the answer of, no, I don't have enough, and there won't be enough, and I need to hang on to what I have and not share, and not be generous and give and take. You're feeling that feeling because we are systematically and intentionally being giving messages right now that are keeping us in fear. And so, of course, nothing feels in balance. Of course, you don't feel harmonious right now with the rest of the collective. And that is a choice, my friends, that if we are conscious of, we can choose against that choice. We can choose to be united, not in separation. Because truly, we are not separate from one another. We are all connected. And taking that leap of faith to believe in, a different outcome, and to not be consumed by the fear that is being presented is going to be a choice. And I feel very inspired when I see that this rough cycle will, the end of it will come to, is approaching, because I feel like that gives me sort of the confirmation that this doesn't have to be this way. We can choose a different path if we all choose it. Yeah, it's time. It's time to lay down the burden. It's time to lay down your burdens and to start a new path. You're very close to achieving your goals. I feel like we are going to experience a big shift in energy with this full moon, my friends. I feel like we are going to be able to release all that doesn't serve, and we will come together. Perhaps we will come together in the commonality that we share, rather than fearing the differences that we may hold, rather than fearing those differences. The search for the truth will become very, very interesting. It's not going to be very clear. It won't be black and white. It won't be so clear. It will be up to your discernment. It will be up to you to decide where the virtue is. It will be up to you to decide whether or not to be dynamic and sort of work with the collective, or to work against one another using fear and judgment as your sort of place instead of compassion, your place of decision. If we discern and if we choose the dynamic bond that we all share through our connection to one another and to the universe, to Earth, I feel like that will serve us better. I feel like that will serve you now, to feel the connection rather than the separation. Where will your focus be? Will your focus be on the connectivity or the separation? That is a choice that you will make as you envision your future. 3 of Wands. And it's up to you. It's in reverse, I feel, because it's up to you how you choose to see this. Will you paint the future with the brush of the past? Or will you stand and envision the future unknown and embracing the unknown, not knowing where we're going, but believing that we can get to a place where there is an expression that is not so harsh and judgmental and full of fear if we work together. That there is a call for ease, grace, and joy right now. Ease, grace, and joy. Oh, beautiful final card for you, the Four of Wands. Inner celebration. Let that be your guide. Where is your inner joy? Where is your inner sense of reward? Is it in fear, or is it in love? Is it in compassion, or is it in judgment? Where is it? That is up to you to decide, my friends, as you go through the energy of this full moon in Aries. I encourage you all to surrender and release all that no longer serves you, and to adopt I am statements that serve you, knowing that when you say those two magical words, you are casting a spell on yourself, and that you're enough, and you're connected, and you're divine, you're a divinity in matter, my friends, and the choice is yours ultimately as to how you want to proceed with this energy. And I'm sending you lots of love and light throughout this this full moon cycle, and wishing you all a wonderful, wonderful day. If this has resonated for you and you would like a more personal reading, you can contact me through my email. It's in the description below. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading, my friends. Sending you so much love and light and blessings for this full moon. Take care, everyone.